Mr. Speaker, last week, President Biden signed an executive order to limit the number of asylum seekers that are allowed to enter the United States in one day. The number is 2,500. I have many concerns about the timing of this action and about the open border policies that created this mess. But I want to first address that number. If that so-called limit was enforced each day for a full year, 912,500 immigrants would still likely be admitted into the United States. And that's before all of the loopholes and exceptions in his executive order are even considered. This will drive the number even higher. The Biden administration would have you believe that this new policy will really crack down on the flow of illegal immigration into our country, but its effect will be marginal. At best, the policy will slightly downgrade the unmitigated catastrophe at our southern border back to a mere full-blown crisis. The move confirms what House Republicans have been saying for 3 years. President Biden created this border catastrophe by using his executive powers to reverse the Trump border policies that were actually working, like construction of a border wall and the Remain in Mexico policy. And the president could use these same executive powers to re-implement those Trump border policies to again make the border much more secure. But unfortunately, this weak effort doesn't even come close. President Biden's gross mismanagement of the border has sent a message to the entire world to just come on in. The result? More illegal immigrant encounters every month under this administration than the worst month under the previous administration. Under President Biden, there have been more than 9.5 million illegal immigrant encounters at our borders. More than 7.8 million of them were reported at the southern border alone. We know at least 1.8 million people have managed to evade U.S. Border Patrol, and over 350 people who have tried to enter the country also were on the terror watch list. And the administration isn't done setting records. So far this fiscal year, there have been a record-breaking 27,583 communist Chinese nationals encountered at the southern border. That's an increase of about 8,000% from just 3 years ago. From the deadly fentanyl that's flowing across the border to the cartels making record profits from human trafficking, this has had a devastating impact on countless men, women, and children. There are many human costs resulting from the open border. There's also an actual monetary cost of more than $150 billion each year, costing each U.S. taxpayer an average of $1,156 each year. The American people see this announcement for what it is, an election year public relations gimmick and a belated admission that there is indeed an unmitigated crisis at our southern border. Fortunately, the American people will have their own chance to secure the border this November. Thank you, and I yield back.